Welcome back to DinamoTV, and just moments earlier, in fact, NPL Victoria, usually they've done this well and truly by now, but Football Victoria announced its NPL Team of the Week. And once again, we had a member of our illustrious club feature in the Team of the Week. And this week it's Joey MONEK, who is also our very, very special guest who is about to come on DinamoTV. There he is. Good evening, Joey. How are you?
Good, thank you. Yourself?
Yeah, very well, mate. Very well. Thank you very much for coming on the show tonight. We really appreciate it. But mate, let's first of all let's talk about that goal. We've got some video footage. Let's have a look at it and take us through this goal.
2-0 lead dissipate. Goals either side of the half from Luca Cabrera and Brian Summerskill. Broxham was being urged to shoot. Went for the sensible thing, which was getting it to Joey MONEK! Are you kidding me?
Joey MONEK, are you kidding me, mate? Now, when you let fly with that left footer, by the way, I'm a left footer, so I love watching left footers in action. But did you just hope for the best, or did you just see it going as soon as it left your boot?
To be honest with you, I saw it leave the boot and I lost it midair, and then I just saw the net move and everyone started celebrating. So started running, and then I was lucky enough for it to go in. Yeah,
no, it was just like, you could see that angle, and I mean, I've watched it today so many times and just looked at the trajectory, looked at the way it curled and everything. It was just absolutely world class. But mate, 3 points. How important was that in the greater scheme of things? Being down 2-0 just before halftime, Luca Cabrera obviously getting one in just before the break. But what did the gaffer say at halftime? What was the feeling, first of all, when you walked into the room? That goal by Luca, did that kind of ease things off? But it was a bit of a shock early in the game to go down 2-0.
Yeah, it was disappointing to cop 2 goals just based off our errors. Going into half time, everyone kind of sat by themselves, took a moment to relax. We knew if we kept played the way the coaches wanted us to play, the chances would come. And look, credit to him scoring a header, only header I've seen him score all year. Another one early, we're back in the game, and then fortunate it went our way.
Yeah, we're watching just some of that footage there without the commentary this time. We've seen it at the start of the show, but yeah, look, it's such in the greater scheme of things, it just meant so much. And some are saying, well, Lockie Flanagan, the NPL commentator, was saying miracle on Churchill on Fox Street, miracle on Fox Street. We're all thinking it's something this is where the season turns around. There's so much momentum can get, I guess, generated here, and we've got 4 games to go. How are we looking? What's the feeling like amongst the boys now in the change rooms?
Yeah, it's good environment to be in right now. But the most important thing is that we don't get ahead of ourselves. That's done. We're not thinking about Altona Magic anymore. Thinking about Oakleigh's game, which another tough top 6 side. So looking forward to the challenge, and hopefully we can get a result on Sunday.
Yeah, let's have a look at the ladder there. So as we looked at this earlier today, we're in third last position now, and no one still knows what is going on with the National Second Division. Apparently, as we speak, there's a 2-day meeting happening up in Sydney at Football Australia headquarters, and I guess that will also have a telling effect, won't it, Joey? Look, if a National Second Division proceeds, only one team gets relegated. If a National Second Division doesn't proceed, 2 teams get relegated. That feeling of really not sure, not knowing what is going on, is that sort of affecting the boys? Or in the end, they're saying, no, look, if we can just stand up in third last or higher, let's dig our own sort of destiny, so to speak.
Obviously, our aim is to stay away from relegation. So, to be honest, haven't given it much thought about the National Second League, just focusing on trying to get as much points as we can from the next 4 games and not have to be concerned.
That makes total sense, yeah. Now, I know that in the dressing room, all teams usually have a little like a code of fines, I guess, every time you get mentioned in the media. You have to pay something towards the end of season trip if you get a yellow card, if you get a red card. Now, you've just been named your goal of the week. You've been named in the NPL Team of the Week. You're on DinamoTV, and that's the highest accolade a Dinamo player can get. Mate, you must be up for about $5,336 in fines this week.
I'm not looking forward to going on training Friday, coming across border to Divi, that's for sure.
And I'm sure all that money goes to the end of season trip, correct?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
I heard, though, that this year's end of season trip is to the Croatian soccer tournament. By the way, here at Dinamo, so it's not going to be very far to travel, eh?
It's good to finally have a tourney in Melbourne. We had the Dandenong tournament, but having one at St Albans is really good for the club. So it'll be good to play in front of our own crowd against other state teams. It'll be good.
And all jokes aside, we did hear from Marko Butorac, who's one of the organising committee members just earlier, how Churchill Reserve is set to undergo a major transformation. There's talk of a two-storey pavilion, VIP pavilion. Hopefully we're going to have the electronic scoreboard up and ready. And there's also talk of some exciting things in the pipeline for next season at Churchill Reserve. But, mate, as you mentioned, we're hosting the tournament. It is, it's one of the biggest crowd pulling things, like each year, but certainly at Churchill Reserve. There must be all right, we're obviously thinking about the season at the moment, the NPL season, but there must be a little bit of excitement also starting to build about playing that in your own backyard.
Yeah, it would be good. It would be good to be able to host it and win it. One thing for sure is good not to have to travel interstate, pay for some expensive airfares, that's for sure.
Yeah. Now, mate, just hold on because we've got breaking news. We're just about to announce who this week's Senior Men's NPL Player of the Week winner is. And would you believe it? The winner is Joey MONEK. Congratulations, Joey. Player of the Week award winner. Yep, that's going to cost you a little bit more dollars in fines, no doubt.
Definitely.
Yeah, but what's it now like? We've got Broxy there in the dressing room. We've got Michael Martinovic, who was on DinamoTV last week as well, who I'm told has really ignited the enthusiasm in the dressing rooms, and Josh Fowler as well, who's come from overseas. Mate, it must be really infectious now. The enthusiasm that's in the dressing rooms at the moment, compared to some of the difficult times throughout the season that you've experienced.
Yeah, it is. It's good to have that. How should I say, that little spark that enters the change.
Yeah, yep.
A couple of players can bring in. Broxy experience. Mickey has that spark, and Joshy with the experience from overseas definitely does help us with the remaining games this season. No one's been shy. Everyone's been welcome them into the change room. It's been really good. Everyone's getting along good. It's good to learn from Broxy. Good experience brings to the club.
Yeah. Now, mate, let's just very quickly talk about you and your footballing journey. Earlier today, you were telling me how you started at Hoppers Crossing when you were only a 4-year-old. So tell us how you've ended up at Dinamo and where you've been for the better part of the last 9 years or so.
I started my academy at Hoppers Crossing. Played there as a junior for a few years. Moved to Green Gully, then from Green Gully to Keilor Park, and then from Keilor Park, went to Melbourne Knights as a junior, and then I had the opportunity to go to Melbourne City Youth for a couple of years, and then from there got poached from Dinamo, and then as a junior, and then I've slowly stayed there. When I first went there, Tommy Pontiac was the coach, and Michael Grigic had hair, lots of hair. Sorry, Mickey. I've stayed there, and I enjoy playing for the club, for the fans. It's a very good community club, and wouldn't have it any other way at the moment.
So, what age group was it when you came to Dinamo first of all?
I first went to Dinamo when I was under 18s, and then I went from 18s to making an appearance for the seniors, and then from there just stayed in that spot. So yeah.
Well done. Fantastic. And it's culminated with a Player of the Week award this week. Mate, thank you so much for joining us. Hopefully we'll see a few more absolute crackers before season's end. Either way, certainly hoping that the boys can do the job again this week against Oakleigh Cannons. Geez, wouldn't that be fantastic?
Good.
Just to beat Oakleigh Cannons? I mean, we certainly do like beating the Greek community-backed teams. We did that with Heidelberg 2 weeks ago, so why can't we do it with Oakleigh this week?
Should be a good game. Looking forward.
Should be an absolute perler. 3 p.m. this Sunday at Churchill Reserve. And mind you, another reason to get along to Churchill Reserve as well is get your $50 tournament ticket. That could give you a $15,000 cash prize as the first prize. Joey, once again, thank you for joining us on DinamoTV.